And talk to me. Now, I've been through this process, so but I'm going to let you bring us through it. Checking for melanoma, then. Chat us through that process.
Yeah.
So people are listening in, go home, strip off, look at your bodies. What are they looking for?
Well, that's a really good question. We have a term in dermatology called the ugly duckling sign. If something catches your eye, pay attention.
Yep.
It's that simple. You know, when you're looking at your arm and you just say, was that there before? I'm not so sure if that was there before. Nowadays, we've got the phone. Take a photograph of it. Ask your partner, your family, do you think that was there before? It could be gone in a week or two, and the chances are that's nothing. But nasty things come and stay. Harmless things will come and go. If a new lesion is there for 4 to 6 weeks, you must get it checked. Don't sit in it for 6 months and say, oh, I'm going to see the dermatologist again in 6 months. I'll do it then. That would be number one. So the ugly duckling sign. Try and make a point of getting to know your skin. So if you're somebody with a prominent mole pattern, that would be like over 100 moles. If you've got moles that are greater than 6 millimeters in diameter, so the top of a pencil, the rubber on the top of a pencil. If you've got some very atypical moles, some big ones, some little ones, your moles should all look like brothers and sisters. They should look alike. If you've got some little dark ones, some big flat ones, some pale ones, that's not a good sign. So all of these features would point towards an atypical pattern. You might consider taking photographs of your own skin. Obviously, I'd say go to the doctor. The doctor will do a full skin check and tell you if you're high risk. If you're high risk, they'll often send you to a dermatologist who will then decide whether or not it's a good idea to arrange for formal photography, etc. But that's only moles. The most common form of skin cancer we see are basal cell carcinomas, and they can look like a red scaly patch of eczema. They can look like a white scar. That's a nasty type that occurs on the face, particularly the central part. If you start to see a little white mark, don't ignore it and think, well, that's white, it can't be a skin cancer. They can be a very nasty type of BCC that burrow under the skin and end up with very big defects. They're called morphic BCCs. A BCC can be pigmented, it can be a red lump or an ulcer. If you've got a scratch somewhere on your body, just a little scratch, and you just think, I don't remember cutting that. If that's still there in 2 or 3 weeks, that's probably a problem. So really, if you have any concerns at all, but any new lumps or bumps, get them checked out.
And it is important to have someone else look at your body. And I'm going to bring my...
I mean, a professional.
Yeah, well, I'm going to bring my own experience on that one. So my first one that I had was on my arm, like you said. That took 2 goes or 2 operations to take that one out. The last time I was in my dermatologist, I had one on my back.
Yeah.
Down mid of my spine that she didn't like the look of, that took out, and thankfully it's come back clear, which is great. But had I not gone and had the dermatologist not seen it,
Yes.
I would never have I would never have noticed it because of the position on the body that it
Yes,
was. So it's not just
yeah.
the ones that you can see; it's often the ones that you can't.
That's a great point. And I meant to say that when I was saying about photographs. Get somebody to photograph your back and the back of your body. And the way to do that is you take an overview photograph, then you divide the back in 4. If there are some moles, make a mark, like write number 1 on them, and then take an overview, because I know from experience that if you just take a close-up view, then you're looking around going, where is this mole?
Yes.
I can't find it.
Yep.
So get somebody to photograph your back and look at it.
If someone was so small, I wouldn't have picked it up.
Yes.
Or my partner, my wife
No.
wouldn't have picked it up.
No.
It wasn't. It was,
It was
only my
probably
germ.
the ugly duckling. It was just catching her eye or his eye. The thing is that the back is the most common site for melanoma in men. The leg is meant to be the most common site for melanoma in women, but for some bizarre reason, the arms are the locations that I have removed most melanoma from women's arms over my career. So many on the arms, and yet people don't think of putting sunblock on their arms. They'll put it on their face, neck, chest, and then just ignore the arms.
Talk to me about trends then in skincare that you're seeing or that you have seen that you aren't a fan of,
Okay.
or that you are a fan of.
Okay. So every year there's a sexy ingredient, isn't
Of
there?
course, in
Every
all
year.
our professions.
That's correct.
Yeah.
You know, it'll be turmeric one day, it'll be tea tree oil the next. I really hate dermaplaning.
Well, what's that now?
Dermaplaning is basically shaving your face, but it's all dressed up in a fancy term. It costs money. You're meant to go to the clinic and have it done. It looks like a blade that a barber would use to shave a man's face. And the idea is that it gives a deep exfoliation and takes away the fuzz. The fuzz is called lanugo and it's meant to keep us warm. And just like when women shave their legs, the legs look lovely and shiny the next day. And the light reflects off it. It means the light will reflect off the skin and it'll look very radiant that day. Okay. Rapidly, it regrows as stubble.
Wow.
And I know so many people who regret ever starting. It's a trend. And I say, well, why? At the very worst, why did you spend €150 getting it done? Buy yourself Gillette razors if you want to shave your face and then exfoliate. And I don't recommend that. So this isn't for women with hirsutism, which is a hormonal hair problem. This is for people. And the trouble is the young girls are doing it and they don't realise that they're setting themselves up for feeling very stubbly. Then the
How
women
do you treat that then?
You
Laser?
have to just go cold turkey and regrow the hair.
No.
So when you cut the hair, that lovely little pointy soft hair becomes a sharp
Yeah, of
top,
course it
just
does,
like with men.
Yeah.
And then when you let that shed, it'll regrow as a lovely soft hair. But they say they're embarrassed to go and kiss somebody hello in case they can feel that the face is stubbly, but it's a trend. So I don't like that.
No, for a good reason.
Black and white.